3D. A, B, C, and D represent the numbers 2, 4, 6, and 8 in some order. We also know that the sum of A and B over the sum of C and D is equal to the sum of D and C over the sum of B and A. So find the value of this expression over here. So we do know that the number bank we have over here to find the values of A, B, C, and D is 2, 4, 6, and 8. So that doesn't really give me any hints right now, but everything lies in this second sentence, this expression. Do you find anything, any clues from this? All right, okay. So let's first look at the sum of A and B and the sum of B and A. So you should know from the commutative property of addition that A plus B is equal to B plus A, right? The same with C plus D is equal to D plus C. That's something you should know, right? So really we do know that A plus B over C plus D is the same as C plus D over A plus B, right? Okay. Now what do you think? If you really look closely at the fractions, the numerator of the second fraction is the same as the denominator of the first fraction, and the numerator of the first fraction is the same as the denominator of the second fraction, which means that these two fractions are reciprocals. Do you remember what reciprocals are? What's the rule with reciprocals? Reciprocals is that A over B times B over A, so that these two fractions are reciprocals, always equal 1. And we know that these two fractions equal each other. So what does this mean? A plus B, sorry, you know what, I'm not going to write this down. So these two fractions times together equals 1, which means that each of these fractions equal 1 themselves, because we do know that 1 times 1 equals 1. So think about that. Okay. Write down everything on the paper you're thinking if you have to, and then come back and continue watching the video. Understand? Alright. So then we know that A plus B is equal to C plus D. So that way, if the numerator and denominator of each of the fractions are the same, after the fraction, it always equals 1. So this is the key point, the big part over here. This is very, very important. This expression is very, very important to this problem. All right? A plus B is equal to C plus D. And now we do know that the number bank is 2, 4, 6, and 8. So how can we find each of these numbers? Okay, so a rule that when it comes to almost like filling in letters with their values, and there has to be some sort of equality, is that we compare the greatest value up with the smallest. So for example, 2 pairs up with 8 because they're the smallest and biggest, added up together is 10. 4 plus 6 added up together is 10. So I don't know which order they are in, but that doesn't matter. I just need to know, we'll just assume that A and B are 2 and 8, but I don't really know the order, and that doesn't matter. And C and D are 4 and 6. So 2 plus 8 is 10, which equals 4 plus 6, which is 10, and that's true, right? So now we know that A equals 2, B equals 8, C equals 4, and D equals 6. And there might be some sort of other order, but that doesn't matter in this problem because we don't need to know the order. So now that we know the values of these numbers through their reciprocals, we need to find the value of A times B plus C times D. So this doesn't matter, but 2 times, so we're doing 2 times 8 plus 4 times 6, right? So it's A times B plus C times D. So 2 times 8 is 16 plus 4 times 6, which is 24. After you add that up, you'll get 40. So the value is 40. Now, before we go, I want to just quickly review what we did over here in case there's any confusion at all. So first, we thought about how these two fractions, okay, so we know that they first equal each other and they are reciprocals of each other, which means that each of these fractions have to equal 1. And from that, we knew that the numerator and denominator of each of these fractions have to be the same in order for the fraction to equal 1. So then we filled these numbers in, so it was 2 and 8 equals 4 and 6, and that's true. And all we had to do was plug in the numbers and do the multiplication, and in the end we got 40. And that's exactly how simple it is. But really it comes to lying to the fact that you know the rule of reciprocals and you realize that these are reciprocals. So thank you for watching this video. Please consider subscribing, commenting, liking, and sharing, and I'll see you